Blessed ones of the nations of the world. This is your brother Dan Moses Osei Sakodie of TRC Ghana, coming your way with these mega exposés through the program Testimony New World Disorder from the land of my exile, America, where I'm being barbarously murdered in secrecy by the administration of His Excellency John Donald Trump, supported by the government of Nana Addo Akufo of Ghana, that they may cover up heinous crimes against humanity from that land of exile, my exile, America, just like unto John the Baptist, John in the Isle of Patmos, not John the Baptist, John in the Isle of Patmos, when he was being killed in acid had to be a blessing to humanity and the nations of the world, uncovering to us as to what the future holds. I want to do the same by the grace of God, by bringing to us the program Testimony New World Disorder in these mega exposés, by saying to you, welcoming you, by saying you are welcome. Akwaba, Allen, Sahalen, Shagitam, welcome, Inganjoni, Benvindo. You are welcome one more time. Cool soul, Diwo, to San Senor, Okukulaba, Mauya, Mingalaba, Boyei, Malamo, Karibu, Ekabo, no, o Sanu, de Zua, Enkwandehina, Mitas, Duburo, Pezalovat, Bine I Vinit, Paregalos, Vitaiche, Ayubon, Dobredoya, Velkommen, Estan, Hosot. Walang Aduman, bienvenido, namaste, swagatam, kush, amadid, baruch, haba marhaba, wanyong haminida, wanying, nyejeko, anyamime, nyejeko, we zolo, novio, miao, wezo, akwaba, to the program, Testimony, New World Disorder, Dumela, blessed ones of the nations of the world, akwaba, one more time. To the program Testimony New World Disorder, it's a program through which we get to know what is happening to Ghana, humanity, and the nations of the world. In these times of global deception, delusion, and lies that are willfully made up by some of the very people that we as people, members of the human race, trust to be there for humanity and the nations of the world, and yet have chosen to be the very people that are dealing with us by willful lies, deception, and delusion, having brought our world into this current helpless state. But we are not moved in a sense that by the grace of God, we as well through this program, the part 2, get to receive some divine guide, divine direction, divine insight that we may know what to do. Thank God He has not left us helpless in these times of global wickedness, global helplessness, because He has promised that Jacob shall be saved. So He knows what He's doing by giving us help in times of trouble. He says our very present help in times of trouble. Blessed ones, Akwaba to the program Testimony New World Disorder, and Akwaba to our mega exposés. Blessed ones of the nations of the world. On Thursday last week, we had seen an announcement telling us hinting us that the haters, the enemies of God, and the medical terrorists are up to their evil against me one more time. And therefore, just like the people of Israel and Moses in the wilderness would not move forward unless God tells them under the command of God, unless the cloud goes before them, they are not moving. As we are walking, making a journey with Jesus, my Lord, we would have to heed to the voice of the Spirit and act only when God tells us to. So we had since last week Friday, no expose came. We needed to allow the haters to perpetrate their crimes against me before we get back. But as so that is what had happened in the expose part 2. We shall go into that. But what we need to know is after the haters, the medical terrorists took over the company that I work for in Gettysburg. Their proud objective of hiring me was to quickly use the company to commit medical terrorism against me by making up false medical records against me in the interest of the US undercover agent who was getting so much exposed as a Millicent Bongo, because we were on their expose and they were getting too much exposed. The Montgomery County Police could not handle the FBI, all of them. So the purpose of getting me hired in that company was to use the company within the shortest possible time, commit medical terrorism using the Holy Cross Hospital. And after that diabolical and evil medical terrorism using the Holy Cross Hospital, they realized that their objective has been achieved. So they have to quickly find means of orchestrating to get a machine that I work with in the company chop off my fingers. Under seconds, it could do that. So if we have observed while we were on the expose before we left Millicent Bongo's residence, we could realize that in the early stages when we started these exposés, this mega one, we could see that there was a particular expose that I had a band-aid on two of my fingers. You saw that their strategy of seeking to get my fingers chopped off so it could prevent me from working was in play, and they had succeeded in getting me my fingers cut after the second medical terrorism of seeking to make up coronavirus positive result against me from ever traveling internationally to my land of Ghana. When it failed, they had to intensify their agenda of seeking to get rid of me from the company. If the easiest way is to get my fingers chopped off with a machine, and that is what they have been working on. As a result of that, you are seeing God helped me in the course of their plot, and my index finger, terribly damaged, but it's all good. Romans 8:28. So, in the next expose, we shall get to know the plot. Ghana, it involves the Ghana embassy in Washington, D.C., which has been a partner in all these heinous crimes to the U.S. government and the terror network of Nana Addo Dankwa. I'm talking about our politicized national embassy in Washington, D.C. They have been behind the Trump administration with the Nana Addo's government unleashing this total terror, total medical terrorism. The same embassy was in a plot with the company that I work with, and they haven't succeeded in getting my finger cut. Thank God, the whole fingers are not chopped off. God is in control. In the expose part 2, when we are talking about what to do, we shall dwell on that. But for now, we know that we have promised, and that is our focus is in Ghana. So we are beginning our mission from Ghana, as we are continuing our mission from Ghana. And we would want us to get the understanding that we need to follow these exposés chronologically. We cannot be skipping, as otherwise we will not get the understanding. We are getting back to Ghana, so we move along, just like we have said, and that would give us a better understanding. What are fellow human beings doing to our blessed world? What have they purposed against the human race? Why are we in this helpless state? And I've told us it is all about the warlike, the destroyers of nations, the wreckers of the nations, the bombardiers, those that bomb, those that they don't want to fry, boil, cook, and barbecue their bombs and eat. They want to drop them on the innocent of the nations of the world amidst all these poverty, diseases, challenges of human humans. So in they are not content with that. They have stepped up further. This time it is not the destruction of your body, my body, the body of innocent of the nations of the world. They are coming after your soul, my soul, the souls of humanity. That is what they are doing to us. And we must get the understanding. As that is what we are trying to unfold to us, that we get the understanding that your soul is at stake, my soul is at stake, our souls are at stake. It is no longer the worry that your nation will be bombed. No, 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 no. You understand? It is a work getting to the what the Bible calls Jacob's trouble, the Armageddon, the great tribulation, which would be crowned with what the Bible calls the Armageddon, as I've said, and beyond, which has to do with the great tribulation of terrible events that shall happen to the human race, coming after your soul and seeking to destroy your soul. But God is in control. Aquaba to the program. Testimony, new word is. Let's go to Ghana. Let's start from Ghana. I want to plead with us in order for us to understand what is happening to our world, the better. I've told us we must keep our eyes on the government of Nana Addo and Akufo, the Trump administration. These two nations, Ghana and America, these are the center of focus, which these global cliques are using. Whatever is happening in Ghana and the US now, we need to get understanding into it to help us to understand whether Trump's false coronavirus report to cover up the medical terrorism against me, whether the killing of Honorable Hayford, whatever events that are taking place in Ghana now under Nana Addo Akufo, we need to, they all fit into the mega agenda, the agenda of coming after the souls of humanity. We need to get some attention on Ghana and America. Blessed ones, let's go to Ghana. Humanity and the nations of the world. Blessed people of Ghana, we need to understand the truth that the credit in Ghana's oil exploration, discovery, and extraction, that credit goes to no single government of Ghana. It is a credit that goes to successive government. The oil exploration effort of Ghana, the discovery and the extraction which is going on now, successive government. This is one example of the beauty that we can see in governance in continuum, that we can see that various governments have not abandoned that national vision, national agenda, national program. All governments must be commended for this. It was started, the exploration work was not started by the administration of John Akufo. It was started way before the year 2000. Ghana, we need to can go investigative journalists can go into this. The exploration of our national oil, our land for oil, began under the Rawlings and the NDC rule before 2000, the year 2000, and it was continued by the NPP government, His Excellency John Akufo. It was continued by His Excellency John Evans Fifi Atamelos. It was continued by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, and that is how it has been. And we need to understand the oil discovery, the exploration, and the extraction, how it fits into all this global agenda and what is happening to Ghana, what is happening to humanity and the nations of the world. The secret killing of our people, politicians, diplomats, religious leaders, my family members. We need to get an insight into this oil, how the oil is tied to all this. So Ghana, let's begin. Under His Excellency John Akufo, he took power in 2001. Ghana, we can check with the International Criminal Court. You see, although this case has been with the International Criminal Court officially before the United Nations and international authorities for years, one thing that could be known from the case, from the ICC, is that they could see that I initially, because of the special respect that I have for His Excellency John Akufo, because of the tie of my own family in Ghana to his family and to his government and his party, I had to, and especially because of his bond with my father, Nana Edubafo Jan, may his precious soul rest with a just God. I had to respect His Excellency John Akufo in spite of the wickedness of Nana Addo Akufo-Addo and the terror network, proud to he being put on the throne of Ghana against me, in spite of the total terror against me in the land of America, supported, being the work of Nana Addo Akufo-Addo's terror network and intelligence forces in America. I had tried as much as possible to show some respect to His Excellency John Akufo by not exposing him in a degree that would affect my family and the special bond of relationship that was between him and my late father. When he was alive. There was a point that I had to go before the ICC and tell the ICC, because of special love, I had to tell the ICC that it is the US government that is to blame. His Excellency John Akufo was set up in all this. He was set up to have led our nation to such a diabolical and evil thing. There was a point that I was even willing to go take the name of His Excellency John Akufo out of the case. But the man, Nana Addo Akufo-Addo, knows no peace. And so long as I live, he has purpose to seek the destruction of my life, the destruction of my family in Ghana, the lives of my innocent children. And I cannot continue to watch on just for the love of and respect for Nana, His Excellency John Akufo, remain in silence while I continue to be murdered by the friend of Nana, His Excellency John Akufo, Nana Addo Akufo-Addo, while at the point His Excellency John Akufo had to be praising Nana Addo Akufo-Addo. In the midst of total terror against me, he was being praised for an excellent governance, which is totally unacceptable. At the time, his own friend, Nana Edubofo Jan, life has been cut short in such a wicked, secret killing by the new terrorists and coward secret killers. I had continued to respect His Excellency John Ejikufu. But now let me speak a little. Um, it is never the case that he was set up, but I was trying to save. See, my nuclear family, my children's life were at stake. My extended family in Ghana was at stake. It was a very complex situation that, um, as much as I will seek justice, I also have to make sure that I don't tear down. This doesn't result in the tearing down of my nuclear family, my extended family in Ghana. But however, nothing of it worked because the more tactical I try to be to shield the perpetrators in some way, uh, the more terror they unleash on me, and I've gotten to the point of killing my family members now. So let me speak to us this humanity and the nations of the world. Under the John Kufuor's administration, I'm talking about the year 2005, 2006, 7, 8, beyond till his administration ended by the finger of God in 2008. President John Kufuor and his administration under the oil exploration had to set up an agenda. You know, in a way, we might think that uh, they were playing smart on our nation for what I'm going to share. They go play smart for our nation, but by trying to play global stakes, so far as the oil is concerned. But at the same time, he was seeking his interest, the interest of his political party, at the expense of our nation, at the expense of my life, at the expense of the beautiful friendship between him and my father who was being killed. This was a man that they sat and eat together. Understand? They meet at the home of His Excellency John Ejikufu. Yet he chose to use the innocent life of his son, a son of his friend, for global agenda, which has been pursued to this very day. Now, in order that the John Ejikufu's government plays smart so far as the oil exploration and discovery of our nation, extraction which are followed, that they take over our nation's oil with their cronies. This is what they did. His Excellency John Ejikufu. They must keep Russia from the oil. They must keep Nigeria, keep Turkey, keep uh, every other nation, Venezuela, keep the Great Britain, keep all stakes, especially the Middle East nations, keep them all out of Ghana's oil. With the Middle East nation, their strategy is they are finding means to cut them off from getting that they never get close to our oil because they perceive the Middle East like a terror zone, and because of the oil, so much terrorism is associated with their oil. They will not let Pakistan come here. They will not like Afghanistan come here. They will not like Iran come here. They will not like Australia come here. They will not. So they devised a strategy of their political party, His Excellency John Ejikufu, taking over the nation's oil to for his political party and for his global counterpart. Now, who are these global counterparts or international counterparts? You know that every nation in which there is oil, America's blood runs on oil. This is a joke, but that is the truth. They cannot see any nation enjoy their natural resources and without they going for it. Like His Excellency George W. Bush said one time that if any nation has any resources, as anything that America wants, they will come for it. You know what that is called? Covetousness and theft. A president said this to the world. So let's go on. So the administration of John Akufo would not, in fear, would not like to go to let any nation come near the oil of Ghana, especially the Middle East nations, for eventually America to come bomb Ghana and take over our oil and kill our people. So, in fear of uh, the nation falling into victim, just like falling victim like other nations, Iraq and many nations, oil nations of the world that are falling victim at the hands of America. John Ejekun Kufuor, His Excellency, with his political cronies at the Ghana Embassy, Washington DC, they had to come out with a strategy of forming an oil company called the EO Group, with the then Ghana ambassador, Eduse, being the guru of the whole agenda in Washington DC, Ghana Embassy. They set up that oil company and they bonded with two American companies. They would not like America to come take the Ghana's oil by bombs. So they must find a way, cowardly give the oil to America for free. Come and take it for free and let Ghana live. Cowardly act. They made two American companies, Cosmos being one, and the other called Exxon Mobil. These two US oil companies bonded with the EO group of the oil company that was set up by the Kufuor's cronies of his political parties who were hiding at the politicized National Embassy of Ghana, Washington, D.C. And in their ugly deal, in the interest of his friend George W. Bush, the then discovered oil, 90% went to the EO and went to the Exxon Mobil and Cosmos, these two American companies. It was only 10% of the then oil stake under John Ejekun Kufuor that went to the nation. Only 10%. Out of the 10%, Ghana's portion became 6.5, and His Excellency John Ejekun Kufuor's EO group took as much as 3.5% of the then oil discovered stake. They took it for their political parties. They took it for their selfish interests, and they took it for the U.S. government, George W. Bush and his administration. Ghana, humanity, and the nations of the world, we must understand that this whole problem of the killing of innocent Ghanaians, the problem was initiated by the administration of John Ejekun, the NPP government, and the George W. Bush administration. I would not mince words on this. Successive U.S. government, whether the Democrats have continued to further worsen the problem, it has come into the hands of the same Republicans, and they have continued to worsen the problem to the killing of our diplomats. But the truth is, it was initiated by the John Ejekun Kufuor's government and the George Bush administration. Humanity and the nations. Akufo to the program. Testimony, New World Disorder. This is one of the foundation of this whole problem created for the nation Ghana and for humanity. In order for them to get Ghana buy into the idea of the US government taking over our oil, that is when, you see, these were the times that in 2005, His Excellency John Akufo and His Excellency George Bush will meet at the White House. At the time, they have sold me to be killed and to create this problem for Ghana and the nations of the world. This was the time that George W. Bush, His Excellency, would at the Washington D.C. at the White House would be celebrating Akufo. That it was dubbed the day that Washington celebrated Ghana. A human sale, the sale of a Ghanaian, an African, to be killed, to be held, although innocent. They must exploit my situation as an innocent Ghanaian sold from the land of Ghana, put on the Ghana Airways by the same administration of John Akufo, and brought it to America. In this heinous crime, they must exploit the situation, hold me in America with this undercover agent who was planted into my life as a wife, that may torture me, persecute me, terrorize me. With this undercover agent, policemen, intelligence officers, hoping that I will confess of being a terrorist. And therefore, it is a ground enough for Ghana to fear that it was justifiable for His Excellency John Akufo to have given the oil of Ghana to his friend George W. Bush and the US, or ExxonMobil and Cosmos. It was justifiable because there was a fear that a Ghanaian is being held, and Ghana is a nation that the eye of the US must go close to. And therefore, that sets the stage for the willful intent by the government of John Akufo, His Excellency, to allow the US government, the George W. Bush administration, under this agenda, seek to come establish US military base in Ghana, in furthering this agenda against the African people, against the Ghanaian people on our soil, not a Ghanaian military base in Washington D.C. No, but a US military base, which agenda has been played so treacherously in diverse form, and today it's been executed by the government of, fully executed by the government of Nana Addo Akufo. The same battle fight that I was fighting before the United Nations, the national criminals, that military base will never be established. When I went to Ghana for the 2 years mission, Nana Addo Akufo, he seeking to give me over to be killed in my own land, must give the US government the free hand. Come establish your military base. Only that we will call it a facility. I have fought a good fight. I have not finished the race, but the race shall be finished. Humanity and the nations. So this is an iota idea as to the problem which is confronting humanity and the nations of the world. The problem created by Nana Addo Akufo. It says John Akufo. It says George W. Bush, which has been exploited by the political party of John Akufo, Nana Addo Akufo, successive government in America, to where the world is now. And today, Ghanaians are killed for a global game, and nobody can tell the truth as to what is happening to we, the people of Ghana. They kill our diplomats, kill our politicians, kill our religious leaders, kill our celebrities. Yet, The God of the Bible has continued to keep the individual they seek to kill, because the individual continue to hold the rod of God, which my one-time friend John Donald Trump fears and must come after me for. However, although they succeeded in taking the rod of Moses is back. Therefore, what are they going to do about the rod of God? They can shout, they have coronavirus, they have whatever. Humanity shall come out of this global evil time. You shall break free. God bless you. Let's go to part 2. We are in Ghana and the mission has begun. And God bless my homeland, Ghana. Bye bye.